Layari laman web kami www.bio-asli.com.
Anwar, I said that in one condition, the police officers and police personnel were exceedingly polite and proper with me. They didn't even touch or cause any bodily harm. Okay, that was of course a worry, Aziza's worry and the family and friends. But I regret to say that for a person my age, cooperating with the police over the investigations, with a severe back problem after major surgery, was dumped to this cell for the worst criminal in town and asked to just sleep overnight on this cold cement floor with nothing. At 1 a.m. Aziza brought towels. And that has exacerbated the pain, and that is why the moment I got back, my family doctor came in with a strong dosage of painkiller Voltron injection, dosed off for a while, and now feeling slightly better. I don't deserve this. No Malaysian deserves this. Why treat me like a major criminal and a public enemy? Why remind me of the Kafka's method? Short of torture, what else do you call it? And I am so confident that I will overcome this case if conducted professionally. There is clear, malicious intent, attempt to fabricate, trying their level best to try and impose their views. I'm just appealing to the Prime Minister to ensure that this be conducted professionally and be done with. Thank you. Ya, terima kasih. Tak ada soalan, cukup jelas. IPK Kuala Lumpur, tingkat 7. Bilik saya tidak tahu.
Dr. Sri, will you now, after you've been released, decide to have a demonstration or rally, to highlight what has actually happened to you and to take this incident further?
We have an ongoing program. Why am I denying? Why is this an issue? I mean, it's an issue for Saburichi because there's nothing else better to say. But we have, for example, tomorrow I'm supposed to be in Malacca. It's an old scheduled program. You know, I mean, we should go on. And I've said the issue is not Anwar. The issue is the state of governance and management of the economy in this country. Now, my issue is probably relevant on the side to just prove the failure to observe the high standard of professionalism in the police force and the sheer incompetence of government leaders responding to this report without even knowing what's happening on the ground.
Dr. Sri, if the government brings in an international forensic team, will you be willing to give the DNA because Saiful's allegations are quite serious, so to clear it once and for all?
Well, serious to you. And some I'm no friends of yours. Because what is so serious by any person casting aspersions like that? What evidence do you have? What alibi? What evidence? Anybody can come up and say yes, and you take it as a national program. Why don't you ask Najib to be investigated over the murder of Altan Duya and the corruption? Why is the need for the AG to act against Raja Petra, treating him like a criminal for a person exercising his right? Why take that responsibility? Anybody can cast aspersion. Here, there's murder. Evidence of murder and C4. Evidence of bribery in the Scorpion deed. Why is there no investigation? No proper professional investigation. Why is the conduct prosecution so shabbily conducted? It's not an issue to you. But when it comes to me, somebody came. What is the motive? Why was he with Rosman? Why was he with Khairi Anas? What is the background and orientation of Khairi Anas? Why is necessity for meeting Najib? You didn't raise these questions. They should answer this question. The burden of proof is for the accuser. Since when has, I'm sorry, I'm not talking about the staff. I mean, since when have we, the media, now put the burden of proof on the accused without any compelling evidence? Anybody can say anything. And that's why I said I'm prepared to be investigated, but not to be intimidated. Why now suddenly call for international? If there is a basis, compelling argument, yes, we have evidence 1, 2, 3, 4. We need an international expert. I will be willing to submit. But can you guarantee that the DNA that has been used, what can the international expert do? How can you guarantee? I have evidence to say, to suggest, to prove that they have done it in the past. And you follow the proceedings of the court. I mean, there's compelling, incontrovertible evidence. Why then put me as a victim? Just because I happen to be on the different side of the government. Right.
Sorry, what happened to your plans to contest in the by-election?
Well, as I said, particularly Datuk Najib's plan is of course to frustrate this, to derail this process. And I have therefore to wait for a while to make sure that it's done without being distracted by this case. But I am committed, as I have announced during the debate, and we'll proceed. I think there is a possibility, and the advice of party leaders and friends, that we'll proceed with this. And on this case, I must say, that I'm very touched. The fact that the way I was mishandled and arrested, touched by the ground support, Malaysians and the international community, it's amazing. It's far, far stronger than even 98, the sentiments expressed. And I'm very touched. I was also given a very strong, the statement by past President Tuan Guru Ustaz Berhadi Awang. And I'm deeply touched and truly appreciate his expressed sentiment of support based on the facts given. Similarly, other than Kadilan, YB Kit Siang and YB Guan Eng continue to be very much in touch. So I'm glad to say that we're standing an attempt to derail and paint me as a crook, Pakatan remains strong.